Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Jason, and this video is for all the Rotary enthusiasts. I'm back in Osaka and I went to visit Fujita Engineering. This shop was established in 1982 and is famous for tuning rotary engines. It all started when Yoshiharu Fujita opened his shop in 1982, doing maintenance on rotaries. In his personal time, he would build his own track-focused competition cars. After 42 years in the industry, Fujita Engineering is still competing and winning in competitions in Japan today. Fujita Engineering promotes their products through 3 brands, starting with the first. It's FEED. FEED is actually an acronym which means Fujita Engineering Evolutional Development. This is how they market all their tuning parts. FEED makes their own brake calipers, suspension, engine parts, roll cages, strut bars, and exhaust manifolds. Number 2. Aflux or Aflux or Aflux is the Aero Parts brand where they market all their body kits, spoilers, diffusers, and other carbon exterior pieces. Their last brand is called Sonic, which is their line of custom exhausts, and they supply them in stainless and titanium options. For the rest of the video, I'll be referring to the company as FEED. So how did I come across FEED? Back in high school, my friends and I would try to watch all the JDM Toge videos. Best Motoring and Hot Version always had the best cars driven by the best drivers from Japan. They would compete on tracks and closed off mountain roads. Personally, I would say the mid to late 2000s were the golden era of JDM cars. The cars that competed on these shows became legendary. FEED was one of those companies that kept winning throughout the years. Not only do they build powerful rotaries, but they make them reliable. I understand reliable is kind of a sketchy thing to say when it comes to rotaries, and for good reason. I'm sure you've heard of all the horror stories. I actually got stuck and left stranded in a few RX7s, so reliability is sought after. Well, FEED does it right. They prioritize power and reliability. Their motto is creating distinctive tuning cars. They've pushed the boundaries and capabilities of these rotaries. They've been competing with piston cars for decades, and they're still setting records. And guess what? These cars are still around. So this highlights the quality of their work here at the shop. Now that you know more about FEED and what they do, let's take a tour around their shop and see what else we could find. Here's a quick glance inside the shop. It's packed with trophies and awards from all the competitions they've been a part of. It gives you a good idea of how competitive they've been over the years. We'll spend most of the time looking at the cars outside. There are 2 silver FDs outside, and they're like the shop competition cars. This one's specifically the Aflux GT3 car, and it's been in a lot of the Best Motoring videos, so it's pretty cool to see it in person. The latest car that they've used for competition is the other silver FD in the front. I think this blue FD is a customer's car. I've actually seen him driving around Osaka, and I've seen him here at the shop a few times as well. You can see a lot of RX8s, RX7s just laying around. They look kind of beat up, but I'm pretty sure that they use these cars for parts and just donor cars. Small little things that you can just walk to and grab off these cars for other things. But yeah, it kind of looks like a graveyard, right? I know the other silver FD in the front is really quick, but this one's my favorite one from FEED. Here's the rear end of the Aflux body kit for the RX7. Kind of looks like Ferrari F430 taillights, or maybe like Lotus taillights. Not sure. If anybody has an idea, comment below. The quarter panels look really wide. Hey, that's me. Let's walk inside the garage and see what kind of cars they have in there. As we walk into the garage, you can see the FEED brand painted on the garage door. There's a Fujita Engineering sign on the right side of the shop. For the most part, these all look like customer cars. Looks like they're doing some maintenance on this RX8, RX7. Actually, there's about 3 RX7s on the lifts right there. Another RX8 in the corner, and a FC RX7 right here. Alright, back to the cars. This is on the left side of the building. They do have a dyno here for tuning, and I'm not sure if they do like remote tuning from, around the world, but if you have a car here in Japan and you want to get it tuned, you can bring it here to Osaka and they'll take care of you. Also, just a heads up for anybody who's planning to like buy a car from Japan and have it tuned in Japan, they do extensive motor work here. So if you want, you can get a motor swap, you can get a motor rebuilt here. I think it was pretty affordable for their uninstall price. I think it was like $1,300 for them to uninstall, which is pretty cheap in my eyes compared to like American pricing. So, if you did plan to, buy an RX7 from Japan and have it built in Japan, this is an option. Just make sure you look on their website, and if you have any more questions, you can actually just email them for whatever work you need done. I'm really curious to know, what do you guys think about this body kit? It sort of reminds me of the Veilside body kit from Tokyo Drift, but I think I prefer this body kit over the Veilside body kit from Tokyo Drift. This engine bay looks super clean, and it should be, right? Because this is actually Fujita-san's personal car. Let's take a peek inside. Looks like Bride Lomax Gradias, some of my favorite seats in carbon Kevlar. Nardi steering wheel. Pretty simple, but awesome setup. Looks good. That Mazda Cosmo has been there forever. It's actually a 3-rotor for anybody who knows. One last look at the competition car. They call this thing the Monster, and it truly is. It's not like super high in horsepower or anything. It's about like 500 horsepower, but it was in a competition hill climbed about 2 years ago, and it just killed the game. This thing's super fast, and it's really cool to see in person. For anyone who stuck around this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. Make sure to subscribe and be on the lookout for the next Japan video.